fierce action coming in between Uzbekistan and China. Uzbekistan have the ball. They're trying to make some space in front of them. Players are in a tangle there. China not giving Uzbekistan any land. Every inch is being taken care of right now. Onto the left flank. They have some space. Can he make a run? It looks like he has made some space for him. There is nobody in front of them. Uzbekistan surely now going to make a try, and now he's trying to, and that's a try. 5 points to Uzbekistan in the opening moments of this game.
Uzbekistan drawing first blood in this match, taking that 5-point lead. Look at that run over there, down the left flank. Safely plants that down on the ground.
We have Abdulaziz Nuraliyev, Bakhmud Abdu Wasidov, Said Khamad Nigamonov, Abdullah Akhmudov, Aziz Khan Nurilov, Sanat Bek Rakimov, and Gairat Bek Rajabov. All these players for Uzbekistan on the field.
And for China, we have Erfi Shan, we have Shengling Han, Jingxiu Wang, Chao Ma, and Jinhao Li, who are on the field for China today.
Uzbekistan taking a lead in the early moments of this game. 5 points to them. Well gathered by the Chinese. I think they have a height advantage, the Chinese, in this game. Trying to make a move through the center of the field, but the Uzbeks really ready for that attack. Ball sent back to the Chinese, trying to make an attack from the right side.
Good offload there, looking for space ahead of him. Now only
And
one
he's
player
through.
to get past, and he's through. And surely this will be 7 points for China.
Yeah,
Teasing
trying
the
to be
opponent there.
teasing it.
Finally plants that down. 7 points for them.
Good response from China. Shortly after that 5-point lead that Uzbekistan had gathered, the Chinese made sure they are back on the scoreboard.
He was running down the right flank, good offload, received the ball, and ran away to the try line.
Very cheeky from the Chinese. Knew they
Number
were
6,
in for the
Xingjiao
point.
Wang with the try for China.
I see drinks being sent on the field. The Chinese want their players to be fresh because it's hot out there, definitely.
Yes, hot and humid conditions. And of course, the weather predictions say there might be rain later on today.
It's humid as well, so it's
That's
really
what's
important to
saying.
be
Absolutely.
hydrated there. And the Uzbeks trying to make some space. That's good.
Oh, Uzbeks on the charge once again. Offloads the ball there. Number 3, good tackle there, bringing him down.
Looking really unstoppable while the Chinese keep trying to hold them off. The ball has still not gone to the Chinese, and now from the left side,
Could he break
trying
through?
to break
Quick
free.
release. The
Still
ball's
maintaining possession.
doing well to maintain possession, the Uzbekistan team. Pass didn't have any precision on it, but nevertheless, oh, lovely from Uzbekistan. His second try, no chance. The Chinese have given up. Definitely another try for Uzbekistan, and 7 points. Look at that. What a jump. Right into the try line, and then grounds the ball firmly.
Easily done there. For a long period of time, the Uzbeks were maintaining possession, and the moment they got some space in front of them, the runner made sure that he did it.
It looks like it was number 11, Ozad Bek Abdur Sulav with the try, the number 11 for Uzbekistan. Chinese just gave up, just couldn't catch up with the space. Here's a look at that again from the number 11.
Yeah, I think the last 20 meters he had nobody in front of him, nobody even
Absolutely.
trying to catch him, no pressure on him.
20 meters, I thought it was from the half line. It looked like that from here.
I would say the Chinese should keep chasing these players because after the dying moments in the second half, the stamina will make sure that who's going to be the winner. And if they don't put any pressure on the Uzbeks at this point, they probably might not drain them as much as they would like to.
They could probably run away with this if the Chinese don't put any more pressure. Uzbekistan, of course.
An Uzbek player probably got stung by a bee.
China with possession. Going forward. Ting Faizi, good release. It's still Ting Faizi. Finally, he takes him down. Penalty awarded to China. There's a player down for China, it seems. He's back on his feet. So no signs of any worry.
Good to see. I think this is a testament to the conditions of the ground here. You see, we haven't seen any injuries, thankfully, in the entire tournament yet. Kudos to the organizers and kudos to the groundsmen.
Absolutely.
They worked really hard on making sure the pitch is absolutely amazing for play. And
While we wait for play to resume, it's been a wonderful beginning to this tournament, hasn't it, Akshay?
yes,
Some
definite way to, 100% a good day to have rugby. The pitch is good. The teams have made sure that the audiences get whatever they have come for.
We have quite a turnout here as well.
It's gradually filling up as I see. I see fewer people coming in when we started this tournament in the morning, but now gradually the interest growing. The sport of rugby is gradually getting a lot of momentum and popularity in India.
Especially in Bihar. And
Yeah, has become the home of rugby in India.
penalty awarded.
Uzbeks are ecstatic with that penalty somehow.
Holding on to the ball for a little bit too long. So penalty awarded to Uzbekistan.
Very charged up these boys, the Uzbeks. Don't want to give even an inch. All these teams in their first matches would like to land a victory. Nobody wants to have a loss in their first game. Gives certain momentum to these teams.
And that's the end of the first half. With that, it's the Uzbekistan team that lead by 12 points to 7. And there's still a lot to play for in the second half. Good work from the Uzbekistan team so far.
Apart from that one moment where the Chinese totally gave up on the Uzbek runner, there have not been any moments of the Chinese letting them go either, and both the teams would like to score some more points in the coming half, making sure that they land a victory in their first game. Highlights, look at that run. Decisive, determined and gritty.
This was the try for China, the only one coming their way. Straight 7 points for them.
And probably this is the moment that has brought heat in this game. Look at the Uzbek boys now after this celebration from the Chinese.
I feel the Uzbekistan team were riled up with that, and that's what pushed them to score another try.
That's the response.
That man again.
Beautiful response from Uzbekistan.
Absolutely. Doing well on that occasion. Ozedbek Abdurazulov. Uzbekistan team look charged up, raring to go. They have the lead. China with all the catching up to do in the second half. Be interesting to see how things pan out in the second half. Both teams taking the field once again.
For the viewers who have just joined us, we are here at the Asia Rugby Emirates Under 27s 2025 Rajgir Sports Complex, Rajgir, Bihar. And this is the third match of the day where China is taking on Uzbekistan. We saw the Indian team play against UAE. Great match there, and now the second half starts. The ball's with the Uzbeks.
And it is kickoff.
Line out.
Quick release. Started from the half line.
Uzbeks line up. Number 11 on the left flank.
Good offload and a good catch there. But there's no way through. Good tackle there, bringing him down to the ground. Assistant referee raises his flag. Line out in favor of Uzbekistan.
Constant pressure on the Chinese here. Chinese player holding his head probably got a bump. Scrum.
So fake from Uzbekistan. A penalty awarded.
Number 2
China.
looks in distress right now. The Chinese
be a
player
scrum.
is on the ground. Now going back to play.
Maybe a scrum. Scrum have to feed the ball into the scrum now for China.
Both teams pushing in. Ball with the Chinese.
Quick offload. Looking for that gap there. Goes past 2 players. Knock on. Ball
Uzbeks
back
made sure
in
the ball
possession.
was out of play.
That was a knock on. So ball back with Uzbekistan.
Uzbeks, yeah.
It will be a scrum.
Just a couple of meters from the
Half
center
line.
line there.
Yep.
Play has certainly slowed down a little. Both teams taking time to ensure they make the right moves. This is a very critical point of this match where Uzbekistan leading with 5 points.
Still holding on to that 5-point lead there.
3 players holding the Uzbek player, but he's not giving in.
What strength on that occasion. Pushing Chinese players deep into their own half. Uzbekistan still with possession.
It's
Good
really
release.
impressive, the strength these guys are showing. It's taking multiple defenders to get those Uzbeks off their legs.
But the ball goes back to the Chinese. The Uzbek player's down and looks to be in some kind of discomfort. But he's back on his feet, quickly back on his feet. Strong man there. Shouldn't be much of an issue for him. Another scrum, but this time in favor of China. 3.5 minutes remaining in this second half. Clock's just stopped. Started again. Anything can happen, Yakshay. Anything. It's still a game with all to play for.
Yeah, definitely, Rohit. The Uzbekistans have five points lead, but you know, China 1 try away from making sure they are equal terms. Chinese with the ball, making a run. Coming from the left flank.
There's space down the left. He's surrounded by Uzbeki players and there's no way through for him there. Quick release.
Changing flanks probably. Now trying from the right. Can they make
Now
it?
his
And
kick
that
pass.
was great.
Lovely. Absolutely no chance for the Uzbekis here. And he's going to run away with that. And that means another 7 points for China. And they take the lead by 2 points.
Well, the number 14, look at that fake pass. He made sure that it looked like the Uzbekis he was going to pass, but he never did. The pass never came. And then there was so much space in front of him once he had made that fake pass. Great work.
Absolutely. He threw the dummy and dodged the players. And
Comfortably. Look at that.
He literally walls himself into the try line and score comfortably. China 14, Uzbekistan 12. 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Don't go anywhere,
Suddenly
folks.
the 5 point lead that the Uzbeks had now turned on China's favor. 2 points lead for China now.
There's been a couple of substitutions from China.
Yeah, I see number 2 coming out. He had probably taken a hit earlier in the game. So 2 comes out and it feels
Foul committed there.
fumble.
Pass wasn't precise, and now Uzbekistan deep into their own half. Goes for a kick. Cannot handle that. Cannot hold on to that, rather. Another quick
Good
release.
pass.
Now space ahead of him. He throws the dummy, but then plays the ball back.
Some dispute over that run there.
Referee stops play. Ref calls for a scrum. Another substitution there.
Number 11 coming in for China now. He's going to replace
the number 1 coming out. Erfishan coming out for number 11. Chauma. And here we go. Quick release. Good offload.
fresh legs
Looking
on
for
11.
gap down the left flank, but no way through for him.
Still
but
not
still
stopping.
pushing. Dangerously
Look at that.
close to Uzbekistan's try line. Lovely release. There's space ahead of him. It's a number 14. A lovely dummy. And another try for China. China have taken the game to their own stride.
And lovely, you know, only 20 seconds or so left in this half, and China have made sure that they have comfortable lead over the Uzbeks. But suddenly the Uzbeks look a little distraught. They're on their knees. I can see a couple of players. They're on their knees. I think Uzbeks need some fresh legs, but is it too late? One of the Chinese players getting some
looking to
medical
convert.
assistance there.
Chenglin Han unsuccessful in that attempt. And surely it's China's game now. It's all over. And here are the final results. China, what a thrilling comeback to win this match 19-12. Uzbekistan, hard luck. Showed some promising rugby right at the very start.
Well, you got to say the match was very, very hard fought. For a long, long time, the Uzbeks looked very much in the game, unless
Absolutely.
in the dying moments, China made sure they have a big, big lead and won the game. Took the game away from Uzbekistan.
Absolutely.
They will have another chance to come back and make sure they are alive in the tournament. But for now, China have scored their first victory of their tournament, and they will go satisfied, going out of the ground very, very satisfied. That bunch of players in red.
Absolutely. They turned the tables so well in their favor. Some fantastic rugby. What a comeback. What a thrilling comeback. 3 intense games so far. China coming out victorious against the Uzbekistan team. Good work from these young lads. Well played.
For all the viewers who have just joined us, this is Asia Rugby Emirates Under 27s 2025 live from Rajgir, Bihar. And we are watching some amazing, thrilling games of rugby. So many teams, 9 countries, coming with 16 teams in the women's and men's categories.
Here's a glimpse of what happened in the match against China and Uzbekistan.
Don't go anywhere, because we're gonna have the Kazakh team taking the ground now. So much more action left in the day. We just can't.
It's telling me it's Rugby Asia Live, not Asia. It's Asia Rugby Live, not Rugby Asia.
Welcome back, viewers. We are here with scintillating action. The Asia Rugby Emirates Under 27s 2025. And you're going to watch amazing competition between all the teams who are here and now. The match's gonna be between Malaysia and China.
And this is definitely going to be an interesting match. Both teams strong in nature, definitely going to go at each other right from the very start. China had a marauding victory against Uzbekistan. And Malaysia drew with Kazakhstan 17-17 in their first match. They'll be looking for a win as well. China already getting a win in this tournament so far, leading the table at the moment.
And China have fielded Erfi Shan, Bing Dong, Zhao Bin Yu, Xingwo Wang, Ying Kai Li, Xinguang Ma, and Zinao Li in his opening moments. On the other side, the Malaysia boys, we have Siyami Muhammad Yusuf, Zulami Haikal Rahim, we have Abdul Saikur Badrul Hisam, we have Ahmad Seakar Asrul, we have Lukman Hakim Ramli, Van Muhammad Muhammain Seakir, and Van Daniel Siazwan Van Zulfiki.
Star-studded lineup straight away. Both teams going at each other. Going to be a scrum here. It's Malaysia who will eat the ball into the scrum. China had a wonderful first match against Uzbekistan. Oh, that's rather unfortunate. He tripped on his own footing. He got his footing wrong and tripped. But Malaysia still managed to hold on to possession.
Look at them. They're trying to change directions from this flank to that flank, trying to find an
Looking
opening.
for that
Almost
gate.
found it.
Almost
Found it. The Malaysian boys not giving up. China is going to have to fight their teeth off in this match, it seems.
Definitely much stronger opponents than the last ones they faced. Now Malaysia, it looks like they're going to open their account. The first try of the match, look at him smiling. He knew all along, and that's 7 points for Malaysia. Number 8. Number 8, Nick Adam Harith Midin.
What amazing play by number 8 there.
What a run, what a way, just look at that. He caught it and there was never ever looking back. Just once, had a glance and knew all along that he was going to make it and make it with ease. Here's a look at that again. Look at his pace, there was no catching up with him on that occasion. Malaysia to kick off again. Nice kick there. Now China not being able to hold the ball but keeping it in play.
But China will have to find a response really quickly, because the Malaysians, as they came out running, made sure that Chinese knew this is not some team that they can overrun. They will have to play to their absolute best to get past. Look at the defense now.
Oh, lovely, true. He's almost true. He offloads. There's a chance here, but there are players ahead of him. Now it's going to be a clear try for China, just seconds after Malaysia opened their account, and 7 points for China with that try, and it's all level here again at the Rajgir Sports Complex, Bihar.
Look at the difference in the match before and this match here. We saw a pointless first half there, and now in the second match, in the first 2 minutes, we have seen 2 tries, 1 from each team.
Absolutely.
Look at that, number 14 from China doing an amazing job with the final stretch of the match.
Incredible work there from, incredible play there from China. And both teams scoring a try in just the early stages of the first half. What a contrast between the last match and this one, isn't it, Akshay?
Exactly. And now Malaysia have the ball, and I'm very sure that the Malaysian boys would like to strike back. Look at those strides.
something.
Look at those strides. Well rehearsed. Dodged at least 3 players there, and would offload quickly to his fellow player. Sends the ball back, changing flanks towards the right.
He doesn't manage to hold on to that. The referee will blow that for a knock-on. That's the first of this match.
Number 13 from Malaysia looks to have taken up an injury.
First mistake from Malaysia we've seen in this tournament so far.
But Paulie, little mistakes like these we have seen, the other team is not going to forgive you, and they're going to make sure that you pay for it if you make mistakes like these. Look at that. Slight fumble there, and the ball goes to the ground.
Now time's back on. Scrum here. China, number 5, Sheng Lin Han to feed the ball into the scrum. The scrum half. Quick release. Building something on the right flank. Good tackle there. Stopping him in his tracks. Oh, lovely work there from the big man from China. Now, space ahead for China. Oh, another lovely footed tackle. Grabbed him by the feet and brought him down with ease there, the Malaysian player. Ball back in their possession.
Tied at 7-7, these two teams, and real fierce competition here on the pitch.
Only a minute remaining now in this first half. Both teams even Stevens at the moment.
Malaysia sent in a long ball, but goes outside the line.
Line out. Number 9, Malaysia, Lakmanul Hakim Ramli with the throw. Well collected. Referee has blown the whistle. Pulling back the Malaysian players there, the referee. They'll have to start that off. Whistle. Pulling back the players there, all over again. Wonderful passing here. He offloads the ball towards the left flank where he knows the space. Is that man there and his marauding pace? But China. Knock on there by China. And there goes the hooter.
Last few seconds left in this half. Probably the last play that is going to happen now.
Might just be that both teams will go into the second half with the same points on the scoreboard. Oh, lovely passing there between the Malaysian players. Lovely interchangeable passes, and there's space ahead. This could be a try for Malaysia. He skips past him easily, and that's Malaysia taking the lead right before the end of the first half.
Hakim Ramli made it possible for his team in the dying moments of this first half, and now they have a lead over China going into the
second half.
Yeah, and the break, I think Malaysia will feel much more confident about themselves. China has to do something when they come back, something inspirational when they come back, because this is not a match that...
Absolute fantastic stuff from Lakmanul Hakim Ramli.
Animated gestures.
And just reminding the viewers, it's straight 7 points because of the new rule that if the player plants the ball onto the ground between the yellow lines, it's a straight 7 points and no need for a conversion kick. At the end of the first half, it's Malaysia 14, China 7, and all to play for in the second half. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
But look at that run. Amazing run. Looks back, gives it a glance. The first try from the Malaysians, which was responded amazingly well by the Chinese, as you can see on the screen now. Dodges a couple of players and then gives a clear opportunity to his number 14, who makes sure that the point is counted. And then in the dying moments of that half, Hakeem Ramli makes sure his team has the lead when they go in for the break. Sensational play by both the teams in this half. Both the teams looking at par with each other. Malaysia needing this win much more than China because they drew their last game and shared points with their opponents. Would like to be on the winners list after this match, and they have an opportunity, as we can see. 14-7. Not a winning lead, you would say, but still will make them more confident.
Absolutely. The word from their coach there. Still a few last minute instructions before they go out for the second half.
Alright, then we are ready for the second half of this very entertaining match between China boys and Malaysian boys. 14-7 the score.
The second half definitely look forward to. The game's not over yet. Malaysia with a slender lead of 7 points. And China knows that one try can put them back into this competition.
100% China will come back firing on all 4 cylinders, you see, because they know they have to do something and they have to do things quickly here. There's 7-minute half left for them to make sure they win this game, and that should start with a good response for what happened in the dying moments of the last half. And look at it, they are there for the attack.
They're trying to build onto something, but not being able to hold on. Somehow they still hold on to possession. Chance for China, look for an opening.
Good offload there, Polly.
Lovely, looking to create something on the right flank here. Once again, advantage given to Malaysia. Couldn't make the most of the advantage there, Akshay. Should have done better on the occasion, but the ball wasn't bouncing properly, so he couldn't get a grip on it.
This has been to and fro. The Chinese had an opportunity to go for something big. They lost it, and then the Malaysians found some space in front of them but couldn't gather the ball cleanly, and that is why the scores are still the same, 14-7. No changes there yet, but as I told you, it looks like the Chinese are really fired up and they would like to do something special here.
Definitely look out for the Chinese. They'll be looking to create something on both the flanks. They'll be looking for those spaces, for that opportunity to skip past the Malaysian players.
The number 2 Bing Dong has been replaced. Need some fresher like the Chinese.
There's a chance here for Malaysia to extend the lead even further, and they do just that. Another wonderful try, and this time coming from number 6, Putra Zarkani Mohammad Zainuddin. Wonderful stuff from Malaysia, making light of China.
These are difficult times now for China because they are lagging far too behind in this game. Look at that, converted successfully. Now that's 7 points in Malaysia's kitty.
And
total goes on to 21-7. Look at that breakthrough. He breaks free and keeps running and keeps running and keeps going. All those efforts for tackling him out go to vain. Chinese really desperate to come back into this match.
Malaysia 21, China 7. China just feeling the pressure now. They know they don't have much time remaining. They have to make a comeback if they want to take anything away from this game. Quick start there from China.
Found a teammate in open. Number 13 making a good run, sending it.
Couldn't hold on to that one, but somehow they hold on to the possession. They're looking for those gaps now. A lovely run now, China on the clear. Can he make it? A good low tackle from number 10, Mohammad Afdun Misri.
Well, actually critical that could have given some hope to China if they had scored from there. But the attack hasn't fizzled yet. You can still see the Chinese going. Last ditch attempt there, but unsuccessful.
And China score once again.
And they know this is not enough. Look at that number 4 for China.
He's looking to convert.
Zhao Bin Yu. He wants to start the game quickly so that they can get some more points.
The conversion is unsuccessful, but China will remain on 12 points. Malaysia 21, and still a lot of minutes left in the second half. The game can go anywhere from here.
Really valiant attempt that from the Malaysian number 10. Not successful.
And look at that try. They tried to hold him back, but the big man was too strong for him.
Ball on the loose. Malaysian stick. Lateral run. Offloaded.
Malaysia straight into the attack, looking to create an opportunity and score again. They don't want the score to remain like this. They would definitely look to extend the lead even further. Just early stages in the second half.
Well, the Chinese are playing quite a high line here, as you can see, trying to press the Malaysians into their try line.
And that could be another try, and it is another try. The China making a comeback, and what a comeback it's been.
Well, it felt like it was coming because the Chinese were putting a lot of pressure on the Malaysian boys, and at this point, it looks like they are coming back into the match really quickly. Something to worry for the Malaysians, who looked like they were going to win this easy, but these two tries from the Chinese in quick succession have made things very difficult for them as well. And suddenly this game is hanging in balance all over again now.
Like I said, it's anyone's game now. It's all over. The game is opened up.
Just 4 points between these two teams.
Absolutely.
One try from China will not only equal things, but put China on a 1-point lead. And Malaysia, can they find it in them? Can they try? Not only equal on a 1-point. Malaysia, can they keep the pressure, intensity up? This is pressure situation for Malaysia and China here. Great game happening.
Conversion was unsuccessful, and that's why China will remain on 17. And now Malaysians on the charge now. Could this be? He gathers the ball nicely, looking to run away with it. The Chinese players getting there just in the nick of time. Ball still with Malaysia. He's on the run. Could this be a try? Yes, it will be. Or is it? Yes, it is. 7 more points for Malaysia. And a yellow card shown to number 13 there. So he'll have to step out for 2 minutes. Just like it looked like things were going in China's way. Malaysia extend the lead.
Yeah,
and
double
a yellow
whammy.
card for Chinese player as well.
Double whammy for them, because the Malaysians got on the scoring sheets as well, and now they'll be playing with a man advantage there.
Absolutely, look at that. No chance for China. Little confusion there. He thought the ref stopped play, but no, it wasn't to be. Try was successful. Malaysia move up to 28. China trailing behind at 17.
I'm convinced this game is not over yet. You will see some response from China. As we saw earlier, they're not going to cave in. They're not going to give in. Malaysians have to be really conscious of what might come towards them.
But at the moment, the Chinese are man down, so the Malaysians have a clear advantage. 2 minutes with 3 minutes 15 seconds remaining on the clock, they could extend the lead even further. Not a very long kick. Oh, lovely. Oh, couldn't get a hand to that.
Almost got a grab there. Well ran that one, well judged, but couldn't hold on to it.
Ref
And the
stopped
ball
the
goes
clock.
to the China players.
Wonder why the ref stopped the clock there.
There's some consultation happening with the linesman, it seems.
Assistant referee there, Anupam. The ref having a word with him. Malaysians now definitely looking to extend their lead. They know they have a one man advantage.
This is their moment, certainly. They can put some more pressure. One more try from here will make sure that they end the match on the victorious side. However, China desperately would try to put some points in their kitty now.
Another try would definitely extend the league, and not only that, that would be a major morale booster for them and do a world of good for their confidence going forward in this tournament. The scrum collapses.
Every passing moment will make China more nervous. They need to find the response to what just happened to them. The Malaysians, they would like to slow the game down. They would like to take their
Now they've
good
got
time.
a penalty, Malaysia, and they're looking for a drop kick.
Can he hit it correct? Can he convert this one?
Unsuccessful. Yes, it. Oh, sorry, it was unsuccessful for a moment there. Oh, it was successful. Was it? We just await confirmation.
It looked like it went into the right place.
And with that is the end of this match. It's Malaysia who win comfortably against the mighty Chinese. Hats off to the boys from Malaysia who've done so very well. After drawing in their first match, they've come back super strong in their second and have won comfortably against China.
For a moment, it looked like the Chinese were coming back into the match, but unfortunately, they couldn't keep going, and the match goes to the Malaysians. But now, in this new phase of this tournament, we are going to see some action from the girls. And here we have the Sri Lanka girls with the Nepal girls. I'm handing over to Polly.
Yes, in just a few minutes, we have the women's fixtures. Nepal girls taking on Sri Lanka shortly. It's going to be another fierce match. Of course, Nepal didn't have a very good opening to this tournament. Neither did the Sri Lankan girls. Here's a look at the highlights from the match. Malaysia were absolutely on fire in both the first and second half. The second half, China made a slight comeback, but that fizzled out with 2 tries coming from Malaysia. I'll get this. What the fuck? What happened? Did you feel the ground? Welcome back, folks. It's time for yet another men's fixture in this group stage. It's gonna be China taking on Kazakhstan. China could easily progress to the next round, and here is how the teams are lined out. China, number 1, Erfei Shan. Number 4, Zlaobin Yu. Number 5, Shenglin Han. Number 6, Jingzhou Wang. Number 7, Tengfei Ji. number 10, Jin Bao Gao, and number 12, Jin Hao Lee. And for the Kazakhstan boys,
For the Kazakhstan boys, we have number 1, Rodion Shipstein, and then David Razikov, number 4, number 5, David Zolotkin, number 6, Artyom Solomentsov, number 7, Edward Botambekov, number 10, Darren Karimov, and number 12, Oleg Gusev.
and here we go straight into the action. Kazakhstan with the ball right now. China, that fierce tackle. And they win the penalty that was awarded to them. Uzbekistan penalized for holding on to the ball longer than they should have. And now China on the run, looking for that early breakthrough.
Almost found that space between players there, almost through, but good defense from Kazakhstan.
They regain possession here, Kazakhstan. They've done well on that occasion. Haven't given too much room on offer for China to play with. Good high kick, but the ball is back with China. Looking to offload, but Kazakhstan hold on to the ball. And once again, losing it cheaply over there. China looking like the stronger of two teams, stronger team amongst the two.
Kazakhstan is still winless, although they drew a match. But after that, they have been winless and would like to get on the scoring sheet as early as possible to make an opportunity for a win in this match. However, China has been keeping possession throughout. And again, a good grab. Probably will be able to keep that possession. Changing flanks, good distribution. Sending it down the left flank. There is space. I think there is space, and number 12 is running away. Surely now going to score. That's number 12, Jinhao Lee for China. Surely going for a 7 points try there.
Absolute. The foot race was on and there was no catching up with him. He ran away with that one and gets all 7 points for Team China. Look at him go. Just look back once to have a glance on where the opponent was. And as cool as he would have liked it, he knew all along that he was going to break the deadlock for China.
Well, I would give it to the distribution. Very, very finely judged that the left flank was probably the weaker side of defense for the Kazakhstan. And then once he got the opportunity, Jinhao Lee made sure he converted into the maximum.
Exactly. The Chinese pulled the entire Kazakh team towards the right flank, and then they attacked from the left, leaving them with a lot of space ahead. And Jinhao Lee made no mistake, grabbed the opportunity with both hands. And China lead 7-0, and we have about 3.5 minutes still remaining on the clock.
There'll be a scrum being played out there. China will feed the ball. Takes possession, tries to run away. Desperate kick there. Another scrum to follow. China 7, Kazakhstan 0. Opportunity for Kazakhstan. He kicks it out of the sideline.
Line out.
Just about 2.5 minutes left in the first half. We haven't seen a lot of action in this first half. I think both teams have been cautious, apart from one run from China that gave them a maximum. Jinhao Lee
Oh, that wasn't a very good throw. Now Kazakh charging through. A good tackle there. Good offload. They were inching forward, but lost the ball. Possession, they still hold possession. Actually, possession has been turned over to China. Kazakhstan not being able to capitalize on the opportunity.
The Chinese players discussing something with the referee there. And the scrum to follow.
Apart from the loss to Malaysia, they've been absolutely fantastic today, China.
Rightly, David Razikov with his strong build there in the scrum. And now the Chinese have the ball. They're trying to go away, still have possession. Not offloading, waiting for the correct moment. And he does. When the moment arrives, he offloaded. But defense, the Kazakh defense.
Kazakhstan calling in for a substitution there. The number 4, David Razkov, looks a bit uncomfortable. That's a good kick for a line out. A dangerous position for a line out here.
David Razikov, he's being replaced by number 16.
Could be ominous for China. Very close to their try line. The ball was a little too high, but still in possession with Kazakhstan. Offloads the ball.
That was a huge opportunity. I think Kazakhstan didn't maximize on it, didn't utilize it. Now, China have the ball and there's nothing in between. China running away. Number 14 trying to get another 7 points. And look at him, he's almost mocking the Kazakh players. And the 7 points added to the tally for China, and rather easy 7 points.
If you see that play again, there was no catching up with him. The moment he saw the space, he saw the Kazakh team committing to their mistakes, and he took full advantage of that opportunity. There was no getting to him. Strolled right through the upright for another maximum 7. And with that, it's half time, and the Chinese lead 14-0. What a half it's been for Team China. A brilliant display, brilliant performance.
Well, stark difference in the performances from both the teams, and thus the emotions will also vary starkly. On one side, the Chinese will be absolutely happy and amazed with the performance that they have put on, and will be really inspired to put on the same performance in the second half. However, Kazakhstan probably have this opportunity to solve with some pride, because in the first half they have been outplayed thoroughly.
Absolutely. Kazakh have not been able to give a well-deserved fight back to China so far in this match. And China looking comfortable, leading comfortably. There's no disturbing them at the moment. They look like they could get a win out of this, but we still have an entire half remaining.
For all practical purposes, it looks like China can get a win and a half out of it, because Kazakhstan have been totally outplayed. Look at that run.
That was the first try from the number 12, Jinhao Li, and then the number 14, making no mistake there, planting the ball onto the ground for another 7.
You have to thank the Ministry of Sport, Government of Bihar, for this fabulous arrangement of this event. And the floodlit ground looks absolutely mesmerizing for any sports fan. Now in the second half, Kazakhstan will hope they can turn their fortunes.
They'll be looking for that comeback early in the early stages of the second half. A good high kick. A lovely catch there. Beautiful offload on the right flank for China. China still have the ball, doing very well in holding on to the possession. It's a rare mistake from China there. He's looking for the gap. Oh, it's a great tackle. Deep inside China's half. That's some great strength on display from Kazakhstan. And he goes for the kick. That's the only option he had, to clear the ball away from the danger zone. And job well done from Team China. The right thing to do, getting rid of that ball away from the danger zone, away from the deep end in the half, deep end of the half. Now Kazakhstan trying to create an opportunity, looking for an opening. Ball still with them.
Good timely offloads have helped them make this attack, and right now it looks like a slightest of the mistakes from the Chinese can cost them 7 points. But the Chinese do not make that mistake.
And that was a
Halting
knock-on.
Kazakhstan. Quite excited there, the Chinese players.
It was a knock-on. So the penalty in favor of China.
Looks like Bing Dong has come into play, and number 14 goes out of play, replaced by Bing Dong. Against the run of the play, it looked like Kazakhstan was going to score some tightly made offloads, well stitched, well coordinated, but in the end, the Chinese defense comes out on top.
The Chinese have been on top of the game, but apart from that, there's been a pause. And I want to take this moment to say that the department, the Bihar State Sports Authority and the Ministry of Sports India have done an amazing job in organizing this Asia Rugby Emirates Under-27s. Very well organized, end-to-end action, and a fantastic day of rugby we've had, Akshay.
Absolutely, and Emirates, look at them, the way they have supported the sport of rugby, have been absolutely phenomenal in this organization of this beautiful event here. It looks like the match is ready to start again. Players
Time
getting
on.
ready. Now, getting ready for the scrum all over again.
Ref just pulling back the scrum slightly a bit.
And number 5, Cheng Lin Han, will be feeding the ball in there. What's the strategy? What's the plan? Good offload. Make some space on the right. Probably going for a run. Tries to dodge and almost succeeded in getting that, but still keeps possession of the ball down there. Or does he? Number 4, Zhao being sent in along with number 13. It looks like the Chinese think they need some fresh legs on the ground for the second half. Almost 4.5 minutes left in this second half of the game. Another scrum going to happen.
Kazakhstan, tired legs out there. They're feeling the pressure. They know that
Second another scrum going.
legs out, the pressure, time to change the game for Kazakhstan, and now they're on the prowl. Couldn't hold on to that. Chance still there, but China regained possession fairly easily. And they've lost the ball. That will be a knock-on.
That's the intensity of the game. You know,
Kazakhstan.
the easiest of the offloads sometimes get missed because of the pressure.
Kazakhstan applying the pressure on China now, making them commit mistakes in the second half.
You know, one good try from Kazakhstan will suddenly make them believe in themselves all over again.
Absolutely, it'll turn the tables. And then we have a game on.
They are very close to the try line right now. Anything could happen. The Chinese defense has to show some brilliant sport right now. Can't make any mistakes. Absolutely no mistakes.
He should have offloaded the ball a little earlier. The chance
Still
is
close to the try line.
The chance is still very much alive.
Still with the Kazakhs. They should offload it quickly. Successful in that, are they? Trying to break through the defense lines. Fierce gameplay happening. Another try. This time
Looking
the distribution. Going from the left flank. There is space in front of him. Can he dodge this defense? He's still holding the ball. It's almost.
And that's 5 points.
That's awarded 5 points for Kazakhstan. Finally, they have been able to break the deadlock here. They are going to take that conversion kick now and probably going to have the lead if they complete that conversion kick.
Yes, kudos to Kazakhstan team. They were attacking, they were applying a lot of pressure on Team China and finally making that breakthrough and getting a couple of points in the scoreboard. Much needed for them, much needed for their confidence and for their morale. But they can definitely change the game from here on.
I would like to see
unsuccessful conversion there on that occasion. So 5 points on board for Kazakhstan. There's yet another man down for Team China.
That was some good play from Kazakhstan, and now probably they have given themselves some hope that they can still salvage this game. But they'll have to play out of their skins to win this one over China, because China has looked like a very dominant team, a very well rehearsed,
well-oiled machine. They look like a well-oiled team, working very well with each other, but Kazakhstan getting those 5 points. And if they get another try, the game is definitely on again.
2 minutes and 10 seconds left in this half. Can Kazakhstan pull off some magic?
It would be nothing short of a miracle if that happens. But China still comfortably leading. It took Kazakhstan a lot to break through China and score a try in this match. Will they be able to do that again? We'll only have to wait and see how things pan out. Now, the Chinese building something from the right flank.
Well, the high line that the Kazakhs were holding is absolutely dangerous, because one good counterattack from the Chinese can land them in further trouble, and that is exactly what happened there. And once again, what I was talking about, look at that. He's running away, number 4, Zhao Bin Yu, and gets down for 5 points.
And now surely the game is done and dusted. Surely he sealed the victory for his team. Zhao Bin Yu, what a fantastic run. He saw the gap, he saw the opportunity, put his pace on and sprinted right to the very end. What a wonderful job from this young man. Zhao Bin Yu, take a bow. You've been fantastic.
Exactly what we were discussing, Polly. And now the conversion kick.
Conversion unsuccessful. It was the try scorer, Zhao Bin Yu, who went for the conversion. But they've taken a comfortable lead here now, China. They move on to 19, and China and Kazakhstan only on 5 points so far.
As we discussed, that high line from Kazakhstan actually hampered them, because the defense could not get back behind Zhao Bin Yu when he started the run once he got through. And that's what happens. That's what pressure is. When you're desperate, you make mistakes that you generally wouldn't. And this time, Kazakhstan probably have an opening. And this is David Razikov, stopped in his tracks. The ball offloaded all over again, but China get it. Still in play, is it? Fierce play, fierce play.
And
Look at that.
And that's the end of the game. It's China who are victorious at the end of this competition, at the end of this game between China and Kazakhstan. A dominant display right from the start. Kazakhstan getting one back in the second half, but little too late, and only a consolation for Kazakhstan. A great job from China, who may just go through to the next round.
Well, Kazakhstan threw in everything that they had and made sure that they do not take anything back with them. They'll be satisfied with their performance, at least with the efforts that they gave in, but in the end, China proved to be a little too much for them. Look at this highlight. Try after try after try. Every time they broke through the Kazakh defense, the Chinese made sure that they made it count to the maximum. And in the end, the scoreline tells you the story of the match. It has been China who has been dominant. The Kazakhstani players, they're proud of their teammates. They put on a valiant fight. In the end,
it was Lau Bin Yu who sealed the fate for Kazakhstan, and they exit the tournament. What a prolific beginning to their campaign. This is the Asia Rugby Emirates Under-27's final day. We are coming live from the Rajgir Sports Complex in Bihar and live on Asia. Do follow all the action on Asia Rugby Live. And don't go anywhere today. We've got some exciting games lined up for you. And here's how both teams line up today. Sri Lanka have Nazar Mohammad, Pasindu Wathanage, Shahid Zumri, Janit Marasinghe, Shinal Silva, who's been brilliant, Mahati Raban, Jimana Vijayaratna, Pasindu Bandara, Rushan Bandara Naika, Yam, who's also been a great player, Bullet Singala, Gayan Pereira, and Udshav Ratnayaka. And for the Chinese, we have Irfe Shan, Bing Dong, Zhu Hang Mi, Zhu Bin Yu, Sheng Lin Hang, Jing Yu Wang, Teng Fei Zi, Ying Kai Li, Ji Kyung Ma, Jin Bao Gao, Chao Ma, and Jin Hao Li. And this is exactly how both teams lined up today. They're just about to take the field any moment now. Remind the viewers, this is a match for a place in the finals of the Asia Rugby Emirates Under-27s. And as the players head into the field, I am joined in the commentary box with my fellow commentator, Alan. Alan, what do you think of the game today? What do you think things are going to pan out?
Good morning, Paulie. It's great to be here in the English Com box with you. And look, the first two games that we watched today, I think if judging by how the action was in those games, it's going to be a roller coaster of a day. And now it's an all-important semi-final. We saw that those teams were not playing for a semi-final spot, but the intensity that they had on field was just lovely to watch as a neutral viewer. And now a semi-final or knockout game, we all know the pressures that this game brings. So I'm hoping and praying that these two teams put on a show for all the viewers here, because we all love to see a game that's a competitive, that has the edge there, that goes on to the last second. And here's to having that once again.
Absolutely. We've seen the first two matches and the intensity in those games and how they've played, and that's just for the positions. But these matches really count, and we could see something absolutely spectacular coming from these games. These two games ahead of us, Sri Lanka and China, then Hong Kong, China later on, taking on Malaysia. So it's very interesting how this game pans out. Now China looking for those gaps, those openings, trying to make those inroads early in this match. Both teams will look to put points up on the scoreboard really early in this match, take a lead so that they can work with something thereafter.
Yes, that's right, Paulie. Because pressure makes you do funny things, and especially in a knockout game, if your opponents go ahead and score a try, that be 5 points or 7 points, it does play on your mind as a player.
Absolutely, I think it definitely plays on your mind. And just like we saw yesterday, silly mistakes, knock-ons have been costly and costed teams dearly, and have gone on to loss because of that and pressure. That's definitely what happens under pressure, and we saw that yesterday. And we saw that earlier today as well. But hoping both teams can hold on to their nerves and deliver something, like I said, absolutely spectacular. It's everything the viewer wants. It's a scintillating match.
Yes, and these two teams have been quite dominant in almost every game that they've played. They've sent a message across with their playing style that I think all the teams watching would be wary of. And this is another game that they would want to stamp their own image, stamp their own authority. And now China running forward with the ball there. That's a good interception, but perhaps a little too much power on the kick. Can the China player pace across the turf? That's not to be for him, but you can see the thinking that China has with this. They want to put this team, the Sri Lankan team, under pressure right from the word go.
Absolutely, it looked just like that. It looked for a moment he was going to get there, but it just about outran him.
Yes, and Paulie, how difficult is it to make these micro decisions in you don't perhaps even get a second. You perhaps get less than a second to make these decisions, and these players don't have to make one. They have to make perhaps 10 micro decisions in that 1 or 0.1 second. So you can only imagine what must be going through their head.
Definitely, and you know what astonishes me is that these boys are young boys. They're playing under 20. They're not men yet. They're not playing in the men's category, but they're making these micro decisions, and it's so interesting to see how they're wired in their brain, and the practices have been working, and it's all muscle memory now that's coming out. Now China deep inside Sri Lanka's half. Could this be the first try of the tournament? Surely. And that's 5 points for China. Just what the doctor ordered.
Yes, and it was jersey number 7 there, Teng Fei Zi, who's given his team 5 very important, 5 very crucial points in the context of this game, in the context of this tournament. China with the lead, China ahead, China be feeling a little bit relieved.
Absolutely. China will be relieved, but we all know the caliber that Team Sri Lanka has. And definitely expecting a very swift reply from them, because we've seen it time and time again that how they've replied whenever they've gone down. Whenever their opponents have scored a try, they've come back swiftly with a reply, and hopefully we'll get to witness something like that very soon. As easy as he would liked it. And number 9 there, and then number 7 there, Teng Fei Zi. It gives the style of rugby sevens. It allows both teams to have an opportunity to get back on the scoreboard. Because usually in rugby 17s, when you score a try, it's the opposition that kicks off the ball to you. But in rugby sevens, it's exactly the opposite. So end-to-end action guaranteed all the time. And that's exactly why the viewers tune in and watch rugby sevens, the fast-paced action of the game. And now Sri Lanka on the run. Find this gap. Surely that's 7 points for them. And as I just said, Alan, it's not Sri Lanka if they don't come back with a swift reply.
Yes, very well said there, Paulie. And it's Gayan Pereira who gives his team not 5 but 7 points based on the new rules that have started in this tournament. So Sri Lanka already with just 1 try ahead in this game, albeit by just 2 points. But it's not the points, it's the fact that you are ahead of the team that matters.
Absolutely. Anything goes over here. Every point matters. We've seen the games go down to the wire previous to this, and we're expecting something similar to those games in this one. But every point matters. Even a point can make a difference, and that's exactly why these teams are going at each other and not slowing down at all. And we can see why the ref called for a foul. The kick there didn't clear the line. Beautiful work from China. A great tackle there coming in from Sri Lanka. A quick restart from China. That's the number 7. He's going to do it again. Will he? And Teng Fei Z once again getting 7 more crucial points for China. How was that, Alan?
That was absolutely beautiful to watch. I think there was a level of majestic to it. You know, he just looked so unperturbed. And once again, it's Teng Fei Li who gives his team 7 points, matching the jersey on his number on his jersey there. And you saw how happy he was after he scored that try.
That's irony at its best, I guess. The number 7 getting 7 points for his team. And look at that sidestep right before. A beautiful sidestep. Completely foxing the opponent and running away for those crucial 7 points. And just to remind the viewers, we did say yesterday and reiterated, but I'll do it once again today. The new rule in this Asia Rugby Emirates under-27 is that if they get it between the yellow lines underneath the upright, it's a full 7 points. Now, Alan, look at that.
Once again, it's Sri Lanka. This Sri Lankan team, it looks like, Paulie, I think they thrive on the comeback emotion that if we are behind, we will muster up all the energy that we have to get back into this game. And wow, what a game this is turning out to be. This first half coming to the end over here. And not a lot separating these two teams.
Yeah, it's all even Stevens here, and we are poised for a very interesting match in the second half. Once again, for the viewers joining us today, we've had some extremely exciting matches. All 3 matches have been extremely fun to watch. High octane, high energy, high intensity. That's how I'll describe the games here today.
Yes, and let's see now as these two teams regroup, try to understand what they could do better, what they perhaps need to not do.
Yes, China, of course, coming out on the strong front and getting those 2 vital tries. And then, as I was saying, Sri Lanka, they thrive on countering and they thrive on coming back. And that's why they're called the comeback kings. That's why they're heavyweights in this competition. We all know what they're capable of. I'm sorry. We saw yesterday when Sri Lanka took on UAE how close that match was. And UAE did really give Sri Lanka a run for their money. In the start of the second half, it's Sri Lanka looking for that opening. They've already got 2 points, a 2-point lead.
And you can see on the scoreline there that at half time it was 12-12. It's now 14 with the conversion kick, and now it looks like it's going to increase. Yes, it is going to increase. So Sri Lanka said that enough of coming back in the game. Now we will be ahead of China and take the lead here. Sri Lanka in control.
Yes, they've done exactly as you said. They came back twice in this match, and they found the opportunity to take the lead, and they've done exactly as planned. Their planning and the strategy is going exactly as they would have wanted it. They're executing everything well, not putting not making a mistake at all, not putting a wrong foot forward at all.
Yes, that's rightly said, Polly. It's Pasindu Vithanange, who gives his team a lead of 5 points here. And I'm sure that the coach of the Sri Lankan team will be very happy with his team coming on top in just the first minute of this second half.
Yes. And now China looking to come back from behind and getting a try that could make it all even once again. But they've just fallen behind slightly in this match. Seem to have slowed down their tempo a little bit. I mean, they haven't dozed off for sure, but just slightly slowed down in tempo. Now, there's a chance, there's an opening. Could this be 7 points? No, but 5 for sure. It's number 1, Irfi Shan with the try. Now, China, good stuff from them. Neck-to-neck stuff here at the Rajgir International Sports Complex. Unfortunately, couldn't convert that. The score will remain 19-12. Sri Lanka having that 2-point lead. Here's a look at that try again. Found the gap, found the space, and darted away towards the try line.
Polly, it's almost as if the China team was listening to the commentary where we were talking about how their energy looked a little bit down and their steps looked like a little bit lesser. But they turned it on for that particular play, and you can see the result of it. 17 to China, just 2 points now separating the two teams.
Yes, Alan, it almost feels like they're plugged in with their mics and their microphones, and they're exactly what we're talking about. I was talking about the Sri Lankan players making a comeback, and they did so. And now the China players following an example. Well, they call it the commentator's jinx. I call it the commentator's prediction.
Yes, that's very well said, Polly. And, you know, sometimes as commentators, they use that commentator's curse word a lot. So maybe there should be another opposite term for it.
Definitely.
And I think Polly's come up with it here. But now all our focus on Sri Lanka, who are looking to run through once again. This Sri Lankan team is just absolutely relentless. There's celebrations there. Look at that jump. And look at that celebration. Wow. These guys know how to pose for the cameras, don't they?
Absolutely. These guys are more like superstars here, these island boys. They have put on a great show on a grand stage, and they've proven to be a force to reckon with. There is no getting around this team. Have been absolutely fabulous from the word go. Right from yesterday, a win against Hong Kong, China, then India, and after that, a tight one with UAE, but still coming on to the top at the end of all the matches. And there's the girls' team loudly cheering on the boys in grey.
Yes, it was Gayan Pereira once again for his team with that try and with that quite awesome pose for a celebration. And why wouldn't he celebrate? He is bringing his team there inching closer to a spot in the all-important final.
I don't want to have a crossover of two sports, but that almost looked like a Kylian Mbappe celebration, didn't it?
Yes, it definitely did. And if we get the opportunity to ask him, we definitely should.
Definitely.
Where that celebration came from, or maybe that could be a Gayan Pereira original.
You never know. It's a long kick there.
Yes, you can see what China is trying to do, force Sri Lanka deep into their half and then perhaps put them under pressure, allowing them that opening. But the Sri Lankan team, I must say, just absolutely wonderful in everything they do so far.
Penalty awarded to the Sri Lankan team. About a minute remaining in the second half. Well in control of this match, Sri Lanka. Controlling the tempo of the game almost here. China, shoulders are drooping just a bit right now. Little deflated, but not all out of it. They know a try or two in this last minute could make a difference. In order to do that, it would be nothing short of a miracle.
Exactly, and that age-old cliche of it's not over until it's over is definitely applicable here. China need to believe. They've been a great team so far. They've put on some splendid performances in this tournament, and it's time for another one if they are to perhaps script a comeback for the ages.
I mean, if you look at the Chinese players, they have quite a considerable height difference here. But the Sri Lankans have been fast, swift, aggressive and strong. A well-oiled machine almost, the Sri Lankan team. Now 14 seconds, 13 seconds left on the clock.
And Paulie, how much do you think the conditions at play today would have affected China? I'm not saying that it's an excuse that they can perhaps use, but conditions when we came today in the morning on the ground, we as locals ourselves were really astonished by how hot and the temperature difference from yesterday and today. So do you think that would have played a little bit of a factor?
Definitely. You saw the Uzbekistan team falling to their knees because of the heat and the humid conditions here in Bihar. It's incredibly hot, quite unbearable to be honest. It will play a major role in the psyche of the players here. And when we talk about the island boys, here you go. And that's how Sri Lanka end the match, and they're into the finals of the Asia Rugby Emirates Under 27s 2025. Little scuffle going on over there. The players and the referee coming in the middle just to stop things.
Yes, and a little argy-bargy there between the two teams. But all's well that ends well, I hope.
Yeah, they're still pushing each other around.
Passionate bunch of boys, these from both teams, and understandably so, one side will be disappointed on losing out in a place in an all-important final there, and we hope that at the end of it, both the teams play in the right spirit of the game, appreciate what rugby we've been seeing, what rugby we saw in this match. Sri Lanka coming on top and now booking their place in that final. And what a picture it would be if we get to see the entire team do the Gayan Pereira celebration.
Yeah, definitely. That would be quite a scene. Here's a look at some of the highlights of the match. Yeah, as I was saying, Alan, the weather conditions are not really ideal for a day of rugby, but there's nothing that can be done. And of course, you see the boys from Sri Lanka, they're used to humid conditions. As I was saying, the Sri Lankans are used to humid and hot conditions, whereas China has a different kind of a geographic, demographic basically, because the players come from all around, hilly regions, hot regions. So it would definitely have played in their minds and could have made the difference. Welcome back. As I was saying, it's the match for third place in this Asia Rugby Emirates Under 27s. And it's China versus Malaysia. That's coming live to you from the Rajgir Sports Complex, Bihar. This is going to be one cracker of a match. We are expecting some electrifying moments from both teams. China has had a wonderful tournament, and so has Malaysia. And here's how both teams are lined out. China, their beginning seven, the starting seven is Irfishan, jersey number 1. Zhang Mi, jersey number 3. Jersey number 4, Xiaobin Yu. Jersey number 5, Shenglin Han. Jersey number 7, that Whitel Tengfi Z. Jersey number 10, Jinbao Gao. and jersey number 11, Chauma. That's how China starting lineup looks like. And now for Malaysia, we have Swami Muhammad Yusuf, Abdul Siakur, Ahmed Siakar Asrul, Putra Sarkani, Lakmunul Hakim Ramli, Var Muhammad and Van Daniel Swazan. They've gone with practically the same starting lineup as they did yesterday, as they did earlier today. Both teams ready to take the field. More or less the same lineup for both teams. We're all set for the third place match in this Asia Rugby Emirates under 20s, under 27s, 2025, and now both teams take the field. Lovely scenes, one of the players carrying along the Malaysian flag with him. It's a matter of pride for both teams. They want to end this tournament on a high note, and a third place finish is a prestigious enough finish in an international Asian tournament such as Asia Rugby Emirates under 27s 2025. We're all set for kickoff. And now China, who will start off the first half. Here we go. Good high kick. Instantly China on the prowl. Regaining possession. Offloading the ball down the left flank. Looking for that gap to go right through there. China just about fighting off the Malaysians. With China in white, trading their red jerseys for the white ones in this game. Looking for that gap there. Can't find him. Once again, offloading the ball, trying to create something on the left flank there, China. Doing well to hold on to possession. Zhang Wang pushing through. China looking very comfortable in this opening stage of the match. He could have found that space there, but a wonderful tackle coming through. But they've lost the ball there. And Malaysia will be fortunate to have won that penalty. Line out. Still 0-0. Early stages of the first half. the weather conditions are slightly better now that the sun has set. Slightly cooler out there than it was earlier in the day. Nice hop there for Malaysia. Running straight into the wall, the Chinese wall that was standing in front of him. Good thought there. Running after the ball. Can he make it? Can he manage to keep it in play? He just about outruns him there. Line out. They take that. The throw is a decent one. Well done there from China. Well done there from China, managing to keep it out of Malaysia's hands. Now a scrum 5 meters from the try line. Volunteers there fixing the hoarding that went out of place due to that last-ditch tackle. Malaysia do well on that occasion. Lovely pass to the left. This will be the first try of the match. Number 7, Mohammad Eman Zulhesiar gets 7 points for Malaysia. And once again, they're the ones who draw first blood. China were the ones who were aggressive right from the start. And it's Malaysia who attack on the counter and find an inroad and get 7 points on the scoreboard. Beautiful work there from Malaysia. Lovely offload to the number 7, Mohammad Eman Zulhesiar, who makes no mistake. Now China losing the ball. Line out. Assistant referee Palak signaling a line out. Lakmun al-Hakim, scrum half for Malaysia to feed that ball in. Lovely work from him. Very coordinated stuff from Malaysia here. They're finding those gaps. They're pushing forward with every chance that they get. And now another little bit of a tumble he took there, but Muhammad Al-Fudin Misuji with the ball. He goes for the kick. Line out once again. Malaysia looking for that second try of this match. They want to take a comfortable lead before they head into the break. Looking for that gap once again, Malaysia. China not being able to answer back instantly. Malaysia still pushing forward, but now pegged back a little bit by China, who've regained possession. Wonderful work for them. 24 seconds still on the clock. And there goes the hooter. Now China on the attack. Oh, he throws a dummy. But there was no one there. The Malaysians read him true and true. There was no outfoxing the Malaysian defense. Now China stitching together a couple of good passes on the left flank. I couldn't hold on to that one. Rather unfortunate there. And with that, we will head into the break. Malaysia with that 7-point lead. Courtesy of number 7, Mohammad Ehman Sulezar. Second half. We'll have second half in just a few moments. China can still make a major comeback in this match. It's just a matter of a try and a couple of points. They could see themselves ahead of Malaysia.
मुकाबले होते हैं वही सबसे मजेदार होते हैं कि पाने और खोने के लिए बहुत कुछ होता है।
बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने। इस वक्त मलेशिया के पास पाने के लिए बहुत कुछ है इस मुकाबले से। यहाँ से अगर चीन के टीम के अगेंस्ट जीत के जाएंगे, वो जो एक बहुत मजबूत, एक बहुत तगड़ी टीम है, उनके लिए कितना
श्रीलंका इसमें की बात बने रहे हैं, बहुत ही तगड़ी टीम मानी जा रही है एशिया की। उनको एशियन फ्यूजियंस कहा जा रहा है इस समय। मैं कल कुछ कमेंट्स पढ़ रहा था पर हमारा प्रसारण हो रहा है, बहुत सारे लोग कह रहे थे कनाडा से
And we're back for the second half in this third place match of Asia Rugby Emirates under 27s 2025. And Malaysia with the kickoff in the second half. China with the ball. A good tackle there to bring down Erfi Shan. Quick restart there from Mohammad Afiuddin, sorry. Opportunity. Could he take advantage of that? But here is another opportunity for Malaysia to extend their lead. Close to China's try line. This, if they regain possession here, Malaysia. Xinglin Han feeds that ball into the scrum. Now China playing out from their deep from their own half. A good tackle there, but he still goes on. Jingyao Wang still holding on to the ball. Finally, a quick release there from Xiaobin Yu. Another good tackle to bring him down. Jinhao Li goes down on that occasion now. Couldn't grip that, couldn't hold on to that ball there. A little bit of a fumble, but China still have the ball. Fi Shan leading from the front. And now finally, Malaysia regain possession. Scrum here. All set for the scrum here. Lakmanul Hakim Ramli to feed that ball in. The scrum collapsed, and that means Malaysia to resume play. Lovely couple of passes over there. He finds the gap. A good offload. There's space down the left flank. Another try. Surely, look at him smile. Celebrating already. A tackle comes late in. A Chinese there. Not too happy with it. Wonderful stuff from the Malaysians here. And it's that number 7, Mohammad Eman Zulhasir, who's done the job once again for Malaysia. They've extended the lead to 14-0. 3 minutes remaining on the clock in the second half. Malaysia well in control. But a little too early to say. The game can change in just a matter of seconds, and all it would take is just 2 tries. Long kick there. The Malaysians ready to tackle down the Chinese. They've got the better of their Chinese counterparts earlier in this tournament. And now China looking to build something from the left flank. Now down the right flank, couldn't hold on to the ball. Malaysia regain possession because it's a knock-on. Another scrum. Now Malaysia looking for that gap, finds it again. This time it's number 6, but a lovely tackle. Last minute ditch tackle stops Malaysia from getting a try, but not this time. And it's that man once again who's made the difference, Mohammad Eman Sulezair. What a match he's had. 3 from 3 for him. 3 tries so far, and now Malaysia have extended the lead to 19. Surely now this game has been put to bed. Mohammad Efuddin Mishruji looking to convert this one. He's been a vital member of the Malaysian team. Unsuccessful on this occasion. It's truly a joy to watch this player. The Malaysians have really put up a good display here. Really put up a good performance here. I beg your pardon. Can take nothing away from them. They've performed brilliantly and outclassed the Chinese. Playing it back. Now number 14, moving forward. The hooter's gone now. Chance for China to score a try. Offloads the ball. Surely should get 7 points for China. And finally, they get some points on the scoreboard. Number 2 there, Bing Dong. And with that, Malaysia clinch the 3rd spot in this Asia Rugby Emirates Under-27s 2025. Wonderful scenes here. Malaysia have done it. They got the better of China in the group stage. They knew they could do it again, and they went full throttle and got the result that they wanted. A well-deserved 3rd place in this Asia Rugby Emirates Under-27s 2025. It's that man on screen who made the difference. You can see him. Look at the celebration from the Malaysian team. Mohammad Eman Sulezar, take a bow. In the final score, China 7, Malaysia 19. China has to settle for 4th spot, while Malaysia clinched the 3rd spot.